Now that you are in a deep trance, we are going to give you a trigger, or reinforce it if you already have it. The trigger phrase is I am a Corviknight. If you use this trigger phrase, or if someone that you are okay with triggering you says the trigger phrase you are a Corviknight, you will undergo the transformation that you are about to experience again at whatever speed you want. Additionally, you will instantly turn back into a human if you use the reset phrase I am not a Corviknight, or if someone that you are okay with resetting you says the reset phrase you are not a Corviknight. Now the transformation will begin. First, feel a tingling sensation over your entire body as your skin turns black, any hair that you have falling out and disappearing as it does so. Then, small purple feathers grow over your entire body except for on your arms and hands, your legs and feet, and your head. In those spots except for your head, you feel a bunch of smooth sliding sensations over the skin on them as large black scales slide into place, replacing the skin on those parts of your body. While these scales look dull, they are actually quite smooth. Next, feel 3 long dark purple feathers start to grow where the top of your arms meet your shoulders. They are each as wide as your arms are and are located side by side. They are so long that they end 1 foot further out than the outer side of your wrists. The furthest feather back on each shoulder curves slightly to reach this point, the second furthest one's back curve a bit more and cover the first one's slightly, and the third furthest one's back curve back a bit more than the second ones do and cover them slightly. These feathers will rotate with your upper arms. After that, you feel your toes merge and change shape so that you have 3 toes on each foot. Each of your toes is as long as your longest toe used to be and 1/4 as wide as your feet are. Simultaneously, an identical toe that points straight back grows out of the middle of the back side of each of your feet. Now, feel more feathers growing, this time along the back of your waist, as rectangular tail feathers start to grow. They are each 1/3 as wide as your waist is and as long as your lower legs are, and are angled 30 degrees up from straight down. Next, the further half of your toes start to change as they become shaped like the top front quarter of a 3D oval. They are still just as tall and long as they had been, but they now gradually get narrower until they end in a dull point. Also, they quickly become a smooth dark purple material that is both hard and durable. After that, a new segment grows between your upper and lower legs. It can be rotated as much as your lower legs can, and rests pointing halfway between straight back and straight down. As a result of this, you find that it feels far more natural to move your upper and lower legs as if you were crouching. Of course, you won't actually have grown another leg segment, and you will still move and stand as you normally would, but you will be incapable of perceiving yourself as not having this leg structure or even understanding any logic when it is applied in a way that directly suggests that you don't have it. Now, feel your thighs become a bit heavier as smooth and shiny armor that is shaped like a 3D diamond forms around each of them. This armor is dark purple as well as very hard and durable. It is also as tall as your thighs are and 3 times as wide as them. Next, more armor forms, this time on the front of your torso. It is shaped like the front half of a 3D diamond, and its edges follow the curve of the front half of your torso. Also, the diamond extrudes 4 inches out at its tip. After that, feel your face stretching out as it forms a long beak, curving down near the end of it and narrowing to form a dull point that points straight down. As this happens, your nose disappears. However, you can still breathe just fine because of micro holes where your nose holes used to be that are too small to see but big enough to let air through. Now, feel the feathers on the front of your neck start to grow down and multiply as they form a thick mane. Your mane starts out being as wide as your torso, and gradually gets narrower the further down it goes. Also, it is 1/3 as tall as your torso is. Next, more of that dark purple armor forms on each of your shoulders. They are 2 inches thick and are shaped like 4 feathers that are side by side and fused together, with one being located halfway between the outer side and the back of your shoulders, 2 of them spanning the outer side of your shoulders, and the last one being located halfway between the front and outer side of your shoulders. Also, the top 1/10 of the curve that they form curves upwards so that it points straight up. After that, a final piece of armor forms a mask on your face. While it is paper thin, it is far stronger than any of your other armor. The bottom edge of it starts at the front tip of your beak, and then follows the sides between the top and bottom halves of your beak. At the end of your beak it quickly curves up and back until each side is pointing straight back, and gradually curves backwards, upwards, and inwards so that the point where the two sides meet is vertically and horizontally centered on the back of your head, as well as located 2 inches behind it. The top edge of your mask is simpler, mostly following the edge between the top and sides of your head. However, it curves upwards until it forms a point on the center of the left and right sides of it. These curves are 2/3 as long as the top of your head is and are 3 inches tall. Additionally, it also forms a curve on the front side of its top edge. It is as wide as the top of your head is and also 3 inches tall like the other ones. However, it is angled forwards 30 degrees. Also, the mask doesn't cover your eyes and it raises up 1/2 inch along the bottom of your forehead. Additionally, there are 2 extrusions on the mask that are shaped like pyramids that have been cut in half. They are each 2 inches long and 1/4 inch tall, as well as half as long as your forehead is. The back side of them is located on the front part of your mask that raises up on your forehead, and points straight forwards, the bottom side of them following the curve of your mask. Now, you feel your armor fusing with you, becoming just as much a part of you as your feathers and skin. However, you will never attempt to use it to defend yourself, and when it comes to protecting yourself you will act like it is not there. Next, the whites of your eyes turn black. As this happens, your irises turn red and your pupils turn white. Finally, each effect of this hypnosis file will become inactive if that effect is a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if it is a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that it would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if it is a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it to be even slightly addicting. Now you have been transformed into an Anthro Corviknight, and can enjoy this well-armored form as a result. This session is almost over, so goodbye, my knightly friend.